Assalamualaikum. My name is Imam Kuraki. I am a student of Architect Engineering in Dow University of Engineering and Technology, batch 19 Today I am here to give you a lecture about a topic which is related to not only my field but related to every student's life, every youth's life that is studying right nowadays and is thinking about this scenario and this problem since he has started to think about his future. So my topic is related to the Pakistan study that has been taught in our syllabus, and it has been a great part influencing the architectures about the history of our country. My question is, was the decision of separation from subcontinent and becoming Pakistan was right or wrong? So I have divided this thing into a category in which I have told that what was the reason that made Muslims to demand a separate homeland, and what problems and what things we are facing right now that has made our students, our youth, the future of Pakistan to think that the separation should have not been a good idea. So I have divided this thing into two different parts. In which one part I will tell what was the reason behind the separation according to the scenario of that time, and what effects and benefit that it has given to us now, and what are the problems that we are facing. So that has made us think that the separation was not right decision. So the first I will take it from 73 years before, when we were gifted this country Pakistan, for a separate homeland for Muslims to flourish and to bright and to make better future in the world. The basic reason for the basic aim, the basic purpose of Muslims demanding this was that they were not seeing their future within the subcontinent with the Hindus as they wanted to see. Like, they were less in education, they were less in population, and they were let down at every step of their life, including education, including health, including jobs, and including every scenario which includes religion and social and economical values of our life. So this the movement that was behind this great effort of gifting us Pakistan was Pakistan movement. It was organized by our Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Allama Iqbal, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. These are the three most popular, most highlighted names that made Pakistan came true. Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah is the Qaid of our nation, who has done a lot for us, and has taught us and has made this country for us to live and to flourish. The dream of Pakistan was seen by Allama Iqbal, our poet, who saw Muslims to flourish, to shine, to bright in the world, and stand with the different countries of the world as a separate nation. And they all sat together and decided that we are not capable of being with Hindus, and if we let ourselves given to them, if we stop if we stop seeing ourselves, if we stop working ourselves, we will be demolished, we will be erased from the world like we were never existed. So the basic reasons, it has been highlighted in my lecture as the basic reason for the creation of Pakistan that was told at that time is the religious difference. The difference was, the biggest religious difference was the religious difference. We were Muslims and they were Hindus. We believe in Allah, the oneness of Allah. The Hindus believe in many gods, and this was a big difference, the big mind difference between the two major population of the subcontinent, that made us think, that made Qaid-e-Azam, Allama Iqbal, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, and the Muslims of the subcontinent think that they are a separate nation. The second part is the cultural difference. The culture is the basic unit, the basic principle of anyone's life. A man, a person is denoted, a person is seen by the culture he follows and is represented by his culture. Our culture is very unique. Islam has taught us many things and has given us many blessings. The big difference, one of the big cultural difference is between them that they believe in caste system, and we do not have any such kind of systems in our religion, as we believe in fraternity, brotherhood, and the equality of men. And and this made us different from them. They believe in the superiority. They were divided into four castes, and the caste difference between them was on that level that they did not eat with the person below their caste. As a Muslim, we don't have that kind of culture in our religion. We give respect to every person that is related to us, even if he is our parents, if he is of our caste, if he is of our society. Whether the thing that distinguish us in between from them is that we believe that Muslims and Muslims are brother. As Hindus, they don't have that kind of concept in them. So the third difference is the educational difference. The educational difference in them and us is very big, and it's a big point of us to demand a separate homeland at that time. As we all know that Pakistan Muslims were not in that kind of form at that time, or at the time of independence. Like, they were less in education, they were lacking jobs, they were lacking modern information, they were lacking modern knowledge, they were lacking modern education, which they made them less, which made them below the Hindus and the society. The basic the struggle that made Muslims to study, to see their future with education, is the Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, who taught us that we have to let our past go and see our future. We have to see that we are a bright nation, and we have to seek every single scenario. We have to seek every example from our past, what we are and what we were. The fourth and the last difference is the language difference. The language is a thing that represents a person. Language is a thing that is the reflection of which society, which culture we are from. So the language is a big difference, because if we started if have learning Hindi at that time, we should have let our language go away, and our generation have not been known what was the language and of our what was our language, and have not been given this type of information from our past. These are the main big differences that led us to demand a separate homeland at that time. Now the second part is the problem that the Pakistan, the youth, the Pakistanis, the every single Muslim in Pakistan is facing right now. This is very much related to the problems that were 73 years ago. So the first major problem is the poverty. Poverty is the big problem of our country. 73, as I see, is that 73 years is a lot big time to make for us to have risen up from this poverty, from this level of poverty, and has led the our local societies, local men get up from that level of poverty. Like, the poverty level is in our country is below the average line, which is very much worrying, and which a person, a student, a youth like me is seen as an unemployment and a very much difference and a very much problem for us in the next 3 to 5 years in our future. So the second thing is injustice. This is very much a thing that is related to the problems that was 73 years ago, and this problem we demanded a separate homeland. Injustice, by injustice I mean in that the justice is not equal for everyone in this country. We have seen, if we relate that thing from the from our present, like nowadays in this time, we will see that the justice is not equal for every man in our country. Like we see that the rich is given the respect on the behalf of his wealth, and the poor is not given, is being disrespect on the behalf of his poverty. So this is the injustice that we are seeing in our society that was 73 years ago. If we relate Hindu and Muslim at the time, the Hindus were not giving justice to the Muslims at that time. The similar thing is now happening to the poor class, to the middle class locality of our country, like the rich. Instead of being wrong, is giving the right thing, the justice, and the wrong thing, and that is a thing that should not be done with the man who is right at his place, is being destroyed and is being demolished and is being disrespected in our society only because he is poor, he is not capable of speaking in English language, he is not capable of standing with the highly educated people in our society. That is the injustice that we are facing right now. The second cause is the caste system. This was the caste system I have told you before, in that was the basic reason for the demand of Pakistan. But unfortunately, caste system is also included in the present Pakistan. The caste system is not the thing that differentiate Muslim and Hindus. The caste system is a system which differentiate two people on behalf of their differences. Like we have been we have differentiated into Punjabi, Sindhi, Mahajan, and all this type of things, and I have been told that this is the caste that we belong, and these are the castes we should support. Like we belong to a caste system, so we should support our caste. We should not support. We should give priority. We should give job. We should give respect to our caste, not to the other who is valuable, who is right owner of that respect, of that job, of that place in our society. So this is the caste system. The most important problem of our Pakistan right now. The second this is inequality. In the fourth thing is illiteracy. The fifth thing is lack of civilization. The sixth thing is lack of social resources, and the last thing is child labor. Child labor is a big scenario, and the child labor is a big problem in our society. Like we can see that at this time and at that time, we can relate these two things, and we can see that our men were working selflessly, and they were not given what they should be given. And right now we can see that this is happening to the lower caste system, to the poor, that is below the average, that are below the poverty line, are facing this. The next part of my presentation is whether the decision of making this thing was right or wrong, of creating Pakistan was right or wrong, and if it was right, then what can we do to make it better Pakistan as we wanted. So that absolutely there is no doubt that the reason for making Pakistan was right, but we see Pakistan as a different Pakistan, and I like to add here a quotation that this is not Pakistan that Allama Iqbal dreamed for. the reasons I have told before, and I think that they are valuable reasons that our youth think some kind think that the creation was wrong, because we see that we are not being given the right that we deserve. The recent example of it, I would like to add a recent example that has hurt my heart, and it is a real example that I should have been giving, and it is an example that the youth like us is seen as the disrespect. I saw a couple of days ago, the government of Punjab asked famous TikTokers, yes, TikTokers, the persons who make videos in a social media website that has been led by that is being led by some other person, and the TikToker, the person is a celebrity in our society who acts on that website and has a separate fan base. So the government of Pakistan, thinking that they have a separate seen fan base, so they should be caught and should be awareing people about the COVID-19 virus. So this is a very disrespect to us, to our society, because we think that we youth students, after giving our big time of life to the education, for receiving education, to working on a model, or to making ourselves bright, has been wasted. I would like to add this again, has been wasted when I see a TikTok star who just make a 1 minute video on a social media website and has a fan base. Is teaching me to how to save myself from this virus. I don't say that I have a better information about it, but I will say that the person like me, the youth, should be given this respect, should have been called on that stage to aware Muslims. Instead of asking TikTokers to spread awareness, government should have asked toppers, not TikTokers. I would like to add it again. Toppers, not TikTokers. Toppers who top in HSC, who top in FSC for the awareness of COVID-19 instead of TikTokers. We want toppers, not TikTokers. So I would like to end my lecture here, that we should see Pakistan, we should make Pakistan a right place for us, and how we can do that is by seeing ourselves as not an individual, as one, because as a nation we don't represent Pakistan as a Sindhi, as Punjabi, or as Balochi, or as any other system, but we represent ourselves to the world as Pakistan. The end of my presentation is, we should make our youth, we should make our children think that this is our Pakistan, and we should give our country, ourselves, the sacrifice, and we should not waste the sacrifice that has been done to make us sleep in our beds comfortably by our leaders. Thank you so much.